Westwood One presents the Dr. Demento Show. This week, our annual Halloween special. 2 hours of scary sounds and spooky weirdness from out of the archives and off the wall. Such all-time graveyard greats as Dinner with Drac, Curse of the Hearst Cemetery Girls, They're Removing Grandpa's Grave to Build a Sewer, The Haunted House of Rock and the Monster Mash, featuring such stars as John Zachary, Bela Lugosi, Screaming Lord Sutch and Screamin' Jay Hawkins, David Bowie, Peter Sellers, and Bobby Boris Pickett, all joined together to get you in the mood for the Night of the Living Dead, the night when the spirits of those who have gone return to have a little party with us, and we all go hobnobbling with the goblins.
Hobnobbling with the goblin. The goblin girl from the mystery world. Hobnobbling with the goblin. She's black and green 'cause it's Halloween. Raggedy black is the way she dressed. Little green shoes and her hair's a mess. On Halloween night at the costume ball, she's a goblin girl and she can gobble it all. She's a goblin girl. She's a goblin girl. I've been a hobbling 'cause of the goblin girl. Goblin girl. Some girls like to dress like a witch. Some girls like to dress like a queen. The best way a girl can dress for me is in a goblin suit. They look so cute. When they're a goblin, there ain't a problem. When they're a goblin, I start a wobbling. They go all over, some is tan. Goblin girls from every land. They look good from any which way. Every Halloween you can hear me sing. Goblin girl, take it away. Hobnobbling with the goblin. The goblin girl from the mystery world. 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 The goblin girl. How about you? From the mystery world. How about you? Oh, the goblin girls. Talking about the bad girls. The little goblin girl. Come on, Roy, right here. Oh, the bad girls from the mystery world. Some are called the green. How about dressed in green? They're tricking your tree. But they're bad girls. They're very bad girls. They make your face look like you have scales on it. But that's okay. When the green light shines now, I'm the black guys in the red. Everybody in the audience makes their scenes hungry. It's like it's made out of biscuit. Boy, leaves the green shells in the trust. Causing those guys in the front really enjoy running around. They have scales all over their body.
When the crypt doors creak and the tombstones quake,
Spooks come out for swing and wake
happy haunts materialize.
and begin to poke socialize. Grim-grinning ghosts come out to socialize.
Now don't close your eyes and don't try to hide.
For a silly spook, they sit by your side.
Shrouded in a dark disguise.
They pretend to terrorize. Grim-grinning ghosts come out to socialize.
As the moon climbs high o'er the dead oak tree,
Spooks arrive for the midnight tree.
creepy creeps with eerie eyes.
Start to shriek and harmonize. Grim-grinning ghosts come out to socialize.
When you hear the knell of a requiem bell,
Trick-or-treat where spirits dwell.
restless bones etherealize.
Finds their spooks of every size.
On the Dr. Demento Show, it's Elvira.
Everywhere up and down my street are people in costume yelling trick or treat. But when you come knocking at my door, I keep you coming back for more. Trick or treat, trick or treat. I want something good to eat. Trick or treat, trick or treat. Shake your skeleton to the beat. I said, hey there, baby, don't you be surprised when the sun goes down, the dead will rise. Is it a nightmare or just a bad dream? Oh no, it's Halloween. Trick or treat, trick or treat. I want something good to eat. Trick or treat, trick or treat. Shake your skeleton to the beat. When I hear my doorbell ring and I turn my porch light on, when I open up my door and my jack-o'-lantern's Everywhere up and down my street are people in costume yelling trick or treat. But when you come knocking at my door, I keep you coming back for more. Trick or treat, trick or treat. I got something good to eat. Trick or treat, trick or treat. Shake your skeleton to the beat. Trick or treat, trick or treat. I got something good to eat. Trick or treat, trick or treat. Halloween. Trick or treat, trick or treat. Halloween. Trick or treat.
Elvira with Trick or Treat. Frank Zappa with Goblin Girl, and in between, a souvenir of the Haunted Mansion at Disneyland, Grim Grinning Ghosts, featuring the deep, deep bass of Mr. Thurl Ravenscroft. And now we celebrate the memory of one of the most famous ghosts in all history, the specter of Anne Boleyn, Queen of England, wife of King Henry VIII, who had her beheaded when she displeased him. And as one might expect, the ghost of Anne Boleyn came back to haunt King Henry's castle. But since her head had been chopped off, she had to carry it underneath her arm. It's true. Here's Carol P. Weiss.
In the Tower of London, large as life, the ghost of Anne Boleyn walks, they declare. Anne Boleyn was once King Henry's wife, until he had the axeman bob her hair. Oh yes, he done her wrong long years ago, and she comes back each night to tell him so. With her head tucked underneath her arm, she walks the bloody tower. With her head tucked underneath her arm at the midnight hour.
Queen's giving him what for. Gadzooks, she's going to tell him off for having spilled her gore. And just in case the axeman wants to give her an encore, she's got her head tucked underneath her arm. Oh, with her head tucked underneath her arm, she walks the bloody tower. Oh, with her head tucked underneath her arm at the midnight hour. Along the drafty corridors for miles and miles she goes. She sometimes catches cold, poor thing, it's cold there when it blows. And it's awfully awkward for the Queen when she has to blow her nose. Oh, with her head tucked underneath her arm. Oh, with her head tucked underneath her arm, she walks the bloody tower. Oh, with her head tucked underneath her arm at the midnight hour. Now sometimes old King Henry throws a spread for all his pals and gals, the ghostly crew. The axeman carves the joints and cuts the bread, when in walks Anne Boleyn to spoil the do. She holds her head up with a wild war whoop, and Henry cries, don't drop it in the soup. Oh, with her head tucked underneath her arm, she walks the bloody tower. Oh, with her head tucked underneath her arm at the midnight hour. One day she found King Henry, he was in the castle bar. He said, "Are you Jane Seymour and Belinda Catherine Parr? Now the heck am I supposed to know just who you are? You got your head tucked underneath your arm." Oh, with her head tucked underneath her arm, she walks the bloody tower. Oh, with her head tucked underneath her arm at the midnight hour.
A Halloween legend in song. Carol P. Weiss with her head tucked underneath her arm on the Dr. Demento Show. Dr. Demento Show.
Hello, this is John Wiedemann from Pittstown, New Jersey, and I'll listen to you on Q100 radio. I'd like to hear the Removing Grandpa's Grave to Build a Sewer.
Removing Grandpa's grave to build a sewer. They're removing it regardless of expense. They're shifting his remains to lay down sewage drains to satisfy the local residents. Now what's the use of living like an angel if when you die your troubles never cease? 'Cause some society inc. wants a pipeline for a sink. They won't let dear old Grandpa rest in peace. Oh, mate, don't excavate, don't desecrate poor Grandpa's garden. Oh, Fred, although he's dead, he needs a place to rest his head. Now, Grandpa in his life was not a quitter, and even in his grave he'll never quit. He'll dress up in his sheets and he'll haunt their country seats and only let 'em march when he thinks fit. Now won't there be some blinking consternation, and won't them rotten stinkers curse and rave? They'll get what they deserve, 'cause they had the blinking nerve to muck about with poor old Grandpa's grave. Oh, 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 mate, don't excavate, don't desecrate poor Grandpa's garden. Oh, Jim, do pack it in, please let him rest in the peace.
We're removing Grandpa's grave to build a sewer. We're removing it regardless of expense. We are shifting his remains to put in some sewage drains to satisfy the local residents. Now, there possibly may be some consternation. You see, it's the green belt that we've had to save. We shall get what we deserve because we've had the force and verve to excavate that wretched fellow's grave.
Oh, mate, don't excavate, don't desecrate poor Grandpa. Oh, Fred, although he's dead, let him ruminate in peace.
There's a little churchyard just along the way. Used to be Lambeth's finest array of tombstones, epitaphs, wreaths, flowers, all that jazz, till the war came along and someone dropped a bomb on the lot. And in this little yard there's a little old man with a little shovel in his little bitty hand. He seems to spend all his days puffing fags and digging graves. He hates the Reverend Vicar and he lives all alone in his home. Excuse me. Please, Mr. Gravedigger, don't feel ashamed as you dig little holes for the dead and the maimed. Please, Mr. Gravedigger, I couldn't care if you found a golden locket full of some girl's hair and you put it in your bucket. A mother doesn't know that your sentimental joy, she thinks it's down below with the rest of her toys. A ma wouldn't understand, so I won't tell. So keep your golden locket all safely hid away in your pocket. Yes, Mr. GD, you see me every day. Standing in the same spot by a certain grave. Mary Ann was only 10, full of life and oh so gay, and I was the wicked man who took her life away. Very selfish. Oh, God. No, Mr. GD, you won't tell. And just to make sure that you keep it to yourself, I've started digging holes, my friend, and this one here's for you. Look at our girl. Try me, that's not what it is. I was listening. Dog should be allowed to do it. Bloody obscene. Bogey or something at this rate.
Who's there? Who's there? Up there on the stairs. Beware, beware. I hear somebody coming aboard his toe. Oh, look there he goes. Why, Mr. Ghost is going to town. He takes his cane, his gloves, and his hat, and like a cat, he hurries down the alley. The moon is bright, and this is the night when Mr. Ghost is going to town. Great, and he can't be late. He's got a date to do a little stepping. He'll shake his bones to hot saxophone, 'cause Mr. Ghost is going to town.
You know, to me, that song is the essence of what Halloween is all about. The ghosts going to town to have themselves a good time, and we, of course, with all the ghosts among us, we have kind of a good time, too, on Halloween, don't we? Some hysterical items from the archives on the Dr. Demento Happy Halloween show. Peter Sellers with their Removing Grandpa's Grave to Build a Sewer, recorded in 1960 by the late, great cinema star. An early recording by David Bowie made in 1967, Please, Mr. Gravedigger, and an even earlier recording from 1937, Mr. Jones Goes to Town by the Five Jones Boys. Yet another blast from the past, now a screamer, as it were. America has Screamin' Jay Hawkins, who will be with us later casting a spell on you. England has Screaming Lord Such, who became famous for his outlandish costumes and bizarre behavior, and for employing such musicians as Jimmy Page, Ritchie Blackmore, Jeff Beck, Matthew Fisher from time to time. This is Lord Such's first record, made in 1961, featuring Freddie Fingers, Rupert Payne, Leo the Flea, Little Slasher, and Scratch and Scrape Bailey, who does a nice guitar solo. It's another song about the dead folks coming back to party with us all. It's called Till the Following Night.
The shade of night is falling, and the moon is shining bright. In the center of the graveyard, in the middle of the night, I get out of my grave, a big alone black coffin till the following night. I've got two horns on my head, and a twinkle in my eye. I got a 2-meter head, and it makes the chicks so sigh. When I hit them with my great big club, start to holler and cry. Dance and sing or scream for me while we pound the floor. Somebody shake your head, the whole job left. When I scream for more, while the bats are flying and the cats are sighing and the zombies are dancing and the skeletons are prancing. I get into my great big coffin till the following night. Somebody shake your head, the whole job left. Oh, I'll scream for more. While the bats are flying, and the cats are sighing, and the zombies are dancing, and the skeletons are prancing. I get into my
until the following night. Till the following night. Till the following night.
The following night, Screaming Lord Such and the Savages on the Dr. Demento Show. And now, my good listeners, allow me to exhume some of your favorite television theme songs.
He always says hello, and he's really glad to meet you wherever he may go. He's kind to every living creature. Grown-ups don't understand why children love him the most. But kids all know that he loves them so. That's where the friendly dog.
When people come to see them, they really are a scream. The Addams Family.
Neat. Sweet. Petite.
So get a witch's shawl on, a broomstick you can crawl on. We're gonna pay a call on the Addams Family.
Television wonderful. Casper the Friendly Ghost, Dark Shadows, The Addams Family, and The Munsters, which reminds me, whatever happened to Eddie? Butch Patrick, who played the role of Eddie Munster on the original Munsters TV show, which ran from 1964 to 66, asked that question recently on a record.
Whatever happened to Eddie?
I'm the kid from Mockingbird Lane.
Whatever happened to Eddie?
Did I freak or go insane? You might wonder why I have a dragon for a pet. Well, he's just there to keep me company
Whatever Happened to Eddie? Butch Patrick on the Dr. Demento Show, and the fun goes on with a monster shindig. Bloody good rock and roll there by Gene Moss from the classic album Dracula's Greatest Hits. I Want to Bite Your Hand, and a song first brought to us back in the scary 60s by the immortal Super Snooper and Blabbermouth, the Monster Shindig on the Dr. Demento Show. You can think of for a song about the comical aspects of death. That'll be our subject next on the Dr. Demento Show.
When the thermometer falls, so does the air pressure in your tires.
The British slang word barmy means mad or crazy or insane, and the funny side of dying is the subject of this British music hall favorite recorded in 1932 by the Barmy Brothers.
Lately there's nothing but trouble, grief and strife. There's not much attraction about this blooming life. Last night we dreamt we were blooming well dead. As we went to the funeral we blooming well said, look at the flowers, blooming great orchids, ain't it grand to be blooming well dead? Look at the coffin, blooming great angels, ain't it grand to be blooming well dead? I felt so happy to think that I topped all. I said to a bloke with a nasty acting call, look at the black earth, blooming great horses, ain't it grand to be blooming well dead? Look at the children, blooming excited, ain't it grand to be blooming well dead? Look at the neighbours, blooming delighted, ain't it grand to be blooming well dead? Spend the insurance, I murmured for a lac. You know that I shan't be with you coming back. Look at the missus, blooming well laughing, ain't it grand to be blooming well dead? Look at me sister, blooming new hat on, ain't it grand to be blooming well dead? Her face it looks sad, if it's been sat on, ain't it grand to be blooming well dead? We come from clay and we all go back, they say, so don't throw a brick, it may be your Auntie May. Look at me mother-in-law, blooming old A-bag, ain't it grand to be blooming well dead? Look at me schoolmate, blooming well giggling, ain't it grand to be blooming well dead? Look at the earthworms, blooming well wriggling, ain't it grand to be blooming well dead? All my old chinas, I saw them standing round. I said as they slowly lowered me in the ground, look at the tombstone, granite with knobs on, ain't it grand to be blooming well dead?
Play some more music. love the cemetery girl. I love the cemetery girl. I wish they all could be cemetery girls. Yeah.
Barnes and Barnes on the Dr. Demento Show with Cemetery Girls from the Halloween Spooks on the Dr. Demento Show. Now here's a new one from Big Daddy Graham. You never know who will be coming back to haunt us on Halloween night. How about caterers from beyond the grave?
Welcome back to Scream Machine Theater. And tonight's feature, caterers from beyond the grave.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lugosi Castle, the finest catering hall in all of Transylvania. I'm your master of ceremonies, I'm Quasimodo. Does that ring a bell?
What a reception, what a strange wedding night. Everyone looks weird, nothing seems right. Caterers from beyond the grave.
Ladies and gentlemen, children are now being served in the buffet. Bon appetit.
Look in that punch bowl. That's my wife's face in there. And what's with those cold cuts? They float in midair. And what's in those meatballs? Who's the roast beef? Watch what you're drinking. Bloody Mary. Caterers from beyond the grave. The ushers are falling down drunk. The best man's forgotten his speech. The bridesmaids are punching it out. They all want to take home the centerpieces.
And the 2 and the 5, 6, 7, 8.
Caterers from beyond the grave. Caterers from beyond the grave.
Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you enjoyed your last meal. How was your steak? Well done or through the heart? We are going to begin our traditional wedding activities. In just a few minutes, we'll be toasting the bride and groom. Have those marshmallows ready. Also, we'll be cutting the wedding cake as soon as Jason comes back with the chainsaw. But first, let's get out on the dance floor and join our lovely bride, the new Mrs. Frankenstein, as she leads us into our traditional first dance, the Humpy Stumpy.
You put your right hump in, you put your right hump out, you put your right hump in, and then you shake it all about. You do the Humpy Stumpy and you spin your head around. That's what it's all about. You put your eyeball in, you put your eyeball out, you put your
all the virgins, please come to the dance floor. Hey lady, who are you kidding? You haven't been a virgin since the 16th century.
That's what it's all about. You rip your right arm off, you chop your left leg off, you hack your right hip off, and then you feed them to the hounds.
This is Dracula. Ooh, who did your hair? Or did you just stick your tongue in a light socket?
All about. You put your colon in, you put your kidneys out, you put your pancreas in, and transplant them all about. You
the owner of the black purse with Transylvania plates, I am dead. Please move your car. You're blocking the entrance to the honeymoon
crypt. You put your white cells out, you put your plasma in, and you suck it all back out. You do the Humpy Stumpy till the blood spurts all around. Oh, that's what it's all about.
Thank you for joining us Tune in again next week for another horrifying feature. Dracula gives Gidget a hickey, and I heard she likes it.
I am Dracula. I bid you welcome. Listen to them. Children of the night. What music they make. The spider spinning his web for the unwary fly. The blood is the light, Mr. Renfield. I trust you have kept your coming here a secret.
I followed your instructions implicitly.
Excellent, Mr. Renfield. Excellent. I have chartered a ship to take us to England. We will be leaving tomorrow evening. I hope you will find this comfortable.
Thanks. It looks very inviting.
This is very old wine. I hope you will like it.
Aren't you drinking?
I never drink. Why?
It's delicious.
And now I'll leave you. Good night, Mr. Renfield.
Dracula's house by the sea. The orders were fine, but I choked on my wine when I learned that the main course was me. A vampire named Perkins was so very fond of small gherkins. While she served the tea, she ate 43, which pickled her internal workings. Scalpels go on the left with the pitchforks. Igor, Igor. What a swimmer is Dracula's daughter, but her pool looks more red than it ought to. The blood stains the boat, but it's easy to float, 'cause blood is much thicker than water. Old friend, how are things in Transylvania? For dessert, there was batwing confetti and the veins of a mummy named Betty. I first frowned upon it, but with ketchup on it, it tasted very much like spaghetti.
John Zach Thackerley with his hit record from 1958 on the Dr. Demento Show, and Dracula himself, Bela Lugosi, with a bit of the immortal film soundtrack, Big Daddy Graham with Caterers from Beyond the Grave. And a happy Halloween to you, too.
I just moved in my new house today. Moving was rough, but I got squared away. When chains started ringing and bells ringing loud, I knew I moved in a haunted house. Still I made up in my mind to stay, and nothing was gonna drive me away. When I saw something that gave me the creeps, had one big eye and two big feet, I stopped right still and I did to freeze. It did to stroll right up to me, made noise with his feet that sound like a drum. Said that you're gonna be here when morning comes. I say yes, I'll be here when the morning comes. I'm gonna stay right here and I ain't gonna run. I own this house now, I am boss. Ain't no bombs gonna run me over. In the kitchen, my cook stove was blazing hot. Coffee was boiling in the pot. My grease had melted in my pan. I had a hunk of meat in my hand. From outer space, there sit a man on my hot stove with the pot in his hand. Hey, that's hot, I began to shout. He drank the hot coffee right from the spout. He ate the raw meat right from my hand. Drank the hot grease from the frying pan. And said to me, you better run. And don't be here when morning comes. Say yes, I'll be here when the morning comes. I'm gonna stay right here, I ain't gonna run. I own this house now, I am boss. Ain't no bombs gonna run me off.
Here comes the hearse. Never laugh when the hearse goes by, for you may be the next to die. First they wrap you in a bloody sheet and sling you down about 6 feet. All goes well for about a week, and then the casket begins to leak. The worms crawl in, the worms crawl out, the worms play pinochle on your snout. Little green bugs of eyes of red go through your liver and out your head. Your eyes sink in, your teeth fall out. The icy tickle on your spine makes you want to scream and shout. Your stomach turns to a moldy green, and the ooze comes out like a whipping cream. And me without a spoon. Here comes the hearse. If you skimp and slave, a fortune to save, you lose it all when you go to the grave. For life were a thing that money could buy, the rich would live and the poor would die. Here comes the
How well I remember trying to gross out the girls in 6th grade with that little ditty. The only recording I know of that classic is that one on a 45 by Terry Teen, made in Iowa in the early 60s. From 1959 came Johnny Fuller with the original recording of Haunted House, later to be a hit for Jumpin' Gene Simmons, then the Compton Brothers. Flies have been very big this year on the horror scene. Here's a new one from Michael and the SWAT team.
I'm just like the frog, I need a fairy princess. Love with somebody, changing back to a man. Cause I hate flies, and that's what I am. I'm the fly. Help me, help me. I am the fly. Yeah! Once I was a scientist, believe it or not. And now I'm in an awful fix, about to get caught. Transporting matter was my thing, but now as you can tell, I really had to be insane to try it on myself. I stepped into the booth, ready to begin. I didn't know the separate fly I got in. At the moment of transition, while ascending into space, that booth started reeling, the lights were blinking. I had the strangest feeling that I was shrinking. I tried to pull the switch, but it was much too high. I changed bodies with that nasty little fly. I yelled, push the button, put it in reverse. He swung his hairy fist in course.
It's Nigerian. It's no fault of mine. I hate to tell you, Doc, you're screwing hunting. Now you're the
kitchen so my wife would see and recognize my tiny face. She could swat at me. It's safer in the cellar, so I hurried back. Now I'm stuck in the middle of the spider's trap. I am the fly. Help me! Help me! I am the fly. Hey, get away from me, you ugly spider! Attacking fly before. Who you calling fathead? If I had my body back, I'd squash you, bug. And if anybody gets eaten around here, it's not gonna be me. I am the fly.
Spiders, creepy, crawly spiders, spiders in the web. The fly is in the web. The spiders crawling closer, creeping closer, closer to the fly. The fly caught in the web.
Are you having a nightmare? Your arm is hurting me. What happened to your head? Help me! Help me! Help me! Help me! Help me! Help me!
Uh-oh. Forgot to read the warning on the label of that record. It says, "Do not listen to this record alone or in the dark." The Spider and the Fly by Bobby Christian and the Allen Sisters on the Dr. Demento Show, and I Am the Fly, new one by Michael and the SWAT team. And now, Dimensions and Dementites, what time is it?
It's funny.
Yes, once again, just like this time every year, it's time for the 5 most requested Halloween songs of the year. And certainly we have no Halloween song more unique than this one done, about 15 years ago in New Hampshire and originally released on an album paid for by the group itself along with
where we invented on the Loop in Chicago. And it being Halloween and all, my favorite time of year, I would like to hear The Haunted House of Rock by Houdini.
To the place where all the creatures be. The last building to your left on the dead-end street. You find skeleton bones outside in the pavement and torture chambers down in the basement. Cobwebs hanging over your head. Music being played by the Grateful Dead. And spinning on the turntables back to back was no other than my main man Wolfman Jack, the MC of the night, rapping to the tunes. What's the creature from the Black Lagoon? There's a sign on the door that can't be missed. That reads enter, but at your own risk. Cause people been reported going in the haunted house, but never again seen coming out. You ask me if it's true, I'll leave it up to you. Here's an invite, I hope I see you tonight. Invitations for weeks and weeks. We invited in all kinds of creeps like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, the Addams Family and the Monster 5, the Invisible Man. Where could he be? We know he got inside the party free. One of these days they're gonna catch him red-handed, not for sneaking and free, for being a booty bandit. The bartender was cute, but kinda hairy, and Dracula was killing those Bloody Marys. He got drunk as a skunk, started trouble all night, but everybody knew his bark was bigger than his bite. It was the only place for you to be. The first 200 wishes in the party were free, and all was well until the clock struck 12. Everybody jumped up and started raising hell. of the haunted house. You have haunted dreams all in your sleep. You'll be tossing and turning to the funky beat. Frankenstein was there with some crazy looking chick. I think he said her name was Voodoo on a stick. She had a big fat head and a skinny body. I wouldn't be caught with her alone. It's known at a party. Ego was there with the monster crew. I've seen everybody there except you. Why didn't you come? Weren't you prepared? Or could it be that you were scared? It's just not fair that you couldn't be there because you really missed a lot. I'm telling you, we really brought the place down at the haunted house of rock.
Charlie, where you going? Quiet, man. Can't you see I'm trying to sneak out of here?
Hurry, man. Let's break up. This place is crazy.
I'm here. You'll have to see which way you gonna run, man. This way or that way?
Yo, man, let's just get out of here. Don't make no difference which way you going.
Yes, it do.
Why?
Because I don't want to run over you.
Houdini with the Haunted House of Rock, number 4 on the 1986 Halloween Funny 5 on the Dr. Demento Show.
Sir, can I get you something? Coffee, tea?
The request line is open as usual. Give me a call. The number is 1-213-652-8028. Please dial carefully. 1-213-652-8028. Number 3 is next.
Join us next Monday.
Number 3. Dr. Demento request line. Hello?
Here's Dr. Demento. This is Fred. And I get demented on K-Jet here in Seattle. And I would like to hear my old flame.
I can't even think of her name, but it's funny now and then how my thoughts go flashing back again to my old flame. I've met so many who had fascinating ways, a fascinating gaze in their eyes. Some who took me up to the skies, but their attempts at love were only imitations of my old flame. I can't even think of her name, but I'll never be the same until I discover what became of my old flame.
Even think of her name. I'll have to look through my collection of human heads. But it's funny now and then how my thoughts go flashing back again to my old flame. My old flame. My new lovers all seem so tame. They won't even let me strangle them. For I haven't met a girl so magnificent or elegant as my old flame. I've met so many who had fascinating ways, a fascinating gaze in their eye. I saw this eye, so I removed the other eye, that eye that kept winking and blinking at other men. It was
some who took me up to the skies. But their attempts at love were only imitations of my old flame. I can't even think of her name. Wait, what was her name? Doris, Laura, Chloe, Manny, Mo, Jack. No, it couldn't have been Mo. I can't stand it, I tell you. This is driving me sane. She would always treat me mean, so I poured the can of gasoline and struck a match to my own
My old flame. Spike Jones and the City Slickers, and the weird voice at the end belongs to a man named Paul Frees, who has done hundreds of cartoon voices and probably thousands of commercials, along with that wonderful record made in the 1940s. A few people asked me who are Manny, Mo, and Jack who get mentioned in that. Well, they run an auto parts chain in Southern California, and Spike thought he'd stick that one in. My Old Flame by Spike Jones, number 3 on the Dr. Demento Halloween Funny 5 this year. This is Dr. Demento, and it is with great pleasure that I invite you to join the Demento Society, the one and only official organization which brings together Dementites and Dementoids from around the world, and the only organization dedicated to preserving the kind of mad music and crazy comedy you hear every week right here on the Dr. Demento Show. As a member of this Demented organization, you will receive an official Demento Society membership kit, complete with membership card, an official certificate of dementia, a Dr. Demento Stay Demented button, photos of yours truly, and a subscription to the Demento Society News, our official club newsletter chock full of stories, information, and photos. Plus, all members of the Demento Society will receive special offerings of Demented merchandise and paraphernalia, such as my new series of albums, Dr. Demento Presents the Greatest Novelty Records of All Time. For more information on how you can be an active member of the Demento Society, send a self-addressed stamped envelope to me, Dr. Demento, P.O. Box 884, Culver City, California 90230. Don't delay. Do it today. The Demento Society wants you.
And now another ELP tour update.
Halloween, and for several years before that, this year it's number 2. Bobby, Boris Pickett, and the Monster Mash.
I was working in the lab late one night when my eyes beheld an eerie sight. For my monster from his slab began to rise, and suddenly, to my surprise,
He did the mash.
He did the monster mash.
The monster mash.
It was a graveyard smash.
He did the mash.
It caught on in a flash.
He did the mash.
He did the monster mash. From my laboratory in the castle east to the master bedroom where the vampires feast, the ghouls all came from their humble abodes to get a jolt from my electrode.
They did the mash.
They did the monster mash.
The monster mash.
It was a graveyard
They
smash.
did the mash.
It caught on in a flash.
They did the mash.
They did the monster mash. The zombies were having fun. The party had just begun. The guests included Wolfman, Dracula, and his son. The scene was rocking, all were digging the sounds. Igor on chains, backed by his baying hounds. The coffin bangers were about to arrive with their vocal group, the Crypt Kicker 5.
They played the mash.
They played the monster mash.
The monster mash.
It was a graveyard
They
smash.
played the mash.
It caught on in a flash.
They played the mash.
They played the monster mash. Out from his coffin, Jack's voice did ring. Seemed he was troubled by just one thing. Opened the lid and shook his fist and said, "Whatever happened to my Transylvania twist?
It's now the mash.
It's now the monster
The
mash.
monster mash.
And it's a graveyard
It's
smash.
now the mash.
It's caught on in a flash.
It's now the mash.
It's now the monster mash. Now everything's cool
tracks are part of the band, and my monster mash is the hit of the land. For you, the living, this mash was meant to. When you get to my door, tell them what it said.
Then you can mash.
Then you can monster mash.
Monster mash.
And do my graveyard smash.
Then you can mash.
You'll catch on in a flash.
Then you can mash.
Then you can monster mash. Mash. You in monster mash. Mash.
Monster mash. Monster mash.
Bobby Boris Pickett with one you can find on the 1960s volume of the album Dr. Demento Presents the Greatest Novelty Records of All Time. That's the Monster Mash, number 2 on this year's Halloween Funny 5.
It was the fourth quarter and I had
Monster Mash, number 2. That means we have a new champion on this year's Halloween Funny 5. That'll be next on the Dr. Demento Show.
It's time for number 1. This is it. Here it comes, number 1.
Hey, sounds like we got a phone call for the new champion. Hello?
I say, Big Bri, that's me, Rapper the T. Denver's a place that's great to be, and we're digging you, Doc, on Q103. We heard a song that's fun to hear. We want to hear it again, so play it in our ear. About a brother that raps like a runaway train. They call him the monster, man. The dude's a scream. It shoots a million volts into my brain. The monster rap, man. Play it again.
Bobby Boris Pickett strikes again.
Still working in the lab late these nights, with eyes grown used to eerie sights. I created a monster who could dance and walk, but I couldn't teach him how to talk. My faithful assistant, that hunchback fool who wastes his time in DJ school, said,
Got to get him, don't be a sap. He's got the monster rap.
you gotta shock the body, 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 shock. Igor, you idiot.
Yes, master.
Bring me some vocal cords.
Yes, master.
'Cause I just want to hear him speak, and tonight the storm will reach its peak. Connect electrodes, turn on the power, we operate within the hour. The kites went up without a hitch, then Igor screamed,
I'll pull this switch.
boat came down, his head went zap. Now he's doing the monster rap. Shock the body, 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 shock. I've given you a voice, now rap for daddy.
Well, I shot a million bolts into my brain. Now I'm ready to rap like a runaway train. If you get in my way, we're bound to clash. 'Cause I'm the same dude that did the monster mash.
That's my boy.
Shock my body.
So I invited the zombies, creeps and ghouls, and turned them into rapping fools. Drac woke up from his nap, said, teach me how to monster rap. You gotta shock the body, 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 shock. Igor, you fool.
Yes, master.
He's breaking loose. We've reached a goal undreamed of by science. Listen, he's going to rap again.
I got bolts in my neck, a flat top head. I'm 8 feet tall and I'm back from the dead. You see, I can break rappers down to tears. 'Cause I've been monster rapping for 100 years. They all light up the torches, take me through the town. They do everything, trying to track me down. But they can't keep up, they can't compete. 'Cause I got to rap with a monster beat. You see, north, east, west, and south. I'm the cat they call Monster Mouth. When I party rap, I control the room. I can get the werewolves howling at the moon. You see, I'm big and bad, scarred and mean. I'm the cool brain child of Dr. Frankenstein. I said a rap, another zap. Can't stop the rapping now.
He won't stop rapping. Strap him down, Igor. He must be heavily sedated.
Yes, master.
Oh, shut up.
Bobby Boris Pickett featuring
I crawl into bed. He's burnt up like a weenie and his name is Fred. He wears the same hat and sweater every single day. And even if it's hot outside, he wears it anyway. He's gone when I'm awake, but he shows up when I'm asleep. I can't believe that there's a nightmare on my street. If I remember it right, and we had just gotten back off tour last night. So the gang and I thought that it would be groovy if we summoned up the posse and dumb rushed the movies. I got Angie, Jeff got Tina, Reddy Rock got some girl I've never seen in my life. That was alright because the lady was chill. Then we dipped to the theater set to film. We saw Elm Street and man it was death. And everything seemed alright when we left. But when I got home and laid down to sleep, that began the nightmare, but on my street. It was burning in my room like an oven. My bed soaked with sweat, and man, I was bugging. I checked the clock, it had stopped at 12:30. It had melted, it was so darn hot, and I was thirsty. I went downstairs to grab some juice over my coat, flipped the TV off, and then I almost choked when I heard this awful voice coming from behind. It said, man, I ain't even wait to see who it was. Broke outside in my drawers and screamed so long, cuz got halfway up the block, I calmed down and stopped screaming, then thought, oh, I get it, I must be dreaming. I strolled back home with a grin on my grill. I figured since this is a dream, I might as well get ill. I walked in the house, the big bad fresh prince, but Freddy killed all that noise real quick. He grabbed me by my neck and said, here's what we'll do. We got a lot of work here, me and you. The souls of your friends, you and I will claim. You've got the body and I got the brain. I said, yo, Fred, I think you got me all wrong. I ain't partners with nobody with nails that long. Look, I'll be honest, man, this team won't work. The girls won't be on you, Fred, your face is all burned. I pat him on the shoulder, said thanks for stopping by. Then I opened up the door and said, take care, guy. He got mad, drew back his arm, and slashed my shirt. I laughed at first and thought, hold up, that hurt. It wasn't a dream, man, this guy was for real. I said, Freddy, it's been an awful mistake here. No further words, and then I darted upstairs. Crashed through my door, then jumped on my bed. Pulled the covers up over my head, said, oh, please do something with Fred. He jumped on my bed, ripped through the covers with his claws, tried to get me. But my alarm went off and then silence. It was a whole new day. I thought, I wasn't scared of him anyway. Until I noticed those rips in my sheets, and that was proof that there had been a nightmare on my street. Come on. Come on, Jeff, answer. Come on, man.
Hello?
Jeff, it's Chris, man. Jeff, wake up. Jeff, wake up.
What do you want?
Jeff, wake up, man. Listen to me, Jeff.
It's 3 o'clock
Jeff,
in the morning. What
Jeff,
do you
would
want?
you listen to me? Whatever you do, don't fall asleep. Jeff, listen to me. Don't go to sleep,
I'll
Jeff.
talk to you tomorrow. I'm going to bed.
The new champion of Halloween time, at least for this year, DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince with Nightmare on My Street. I'll be right back with a word about next week's Dr. Demento show.
How stick